The night was heavy with rain, a cold drizzle falling on the empty streets of a quiet American suburb. Inside a small house lived the Johnson family. Ethan, Maria, and their 2 children, Lily and Jacob. They weren't rich, but their home was filled with love. Life was hard, but they faced every storm together. That night, as Ethan and Maria talked about rising bills and their daughter's expensive medicine, they still managed to smile at each other. They had survived worse. Suddenly, 3 heavy thuds echoed from the front door firm. Official, demanding. Ethan opened it to find 2 police officers standing in the rain. Eson Johnson. The taller officer, Grant, asked sharply. "Yes, that's me." "What's going on?" "You're under investigation for theft and assault." "Step outside, sir." Ethan's heart froze. "What?" "That's a mistake. I was at work all day." A grunt grabbed his arm. "Sir," I said, "step outside. Don't make this harder." Maria ran to the door, terrified. "Wait, he didn't do anything. My husband's innocent." The children began crying as Ethan was forced down and handcuffed right there on his own front porch. The neighbors peeked from their windows, whispering, as the rain soaked Ethan's shirt. Maria begged, "Please, check the cameras at his job. He was working all day." But Grant ignored her. As the police car drove away, the sound of sirens faded, leaving only the sobs of a broken family behind. That night was the beginning of their nightmare. At the station, Ethan was thrown into a cold cell. No one listened to his pleas of innocence. They said a witness identified him from blurry security footage of a man in a gray hoodie who looked just like him. The system had found its suspect, and now it would devour him. Days turned into weeks. Maria visited every day, showing proof of Ethan's alibi time cards, witness statements from his job. But the police brushed her off. "Let the court handle it," they said. Bail was denied. Ethan S.'s name was dragged through the mud in the local news. Factory worker arrested for violent robbery. His workplace fired him. The family began to crumble. Maria worked double shifts just to pay lawyers, while her children grew withdrawn and frightened. Every knock at the door made them jump. Months passed, the court kept delaying the trial. Ethan sat in a dark cell, losing hope. He was mocked by guards and treated like a criminal by other inmates. One night, a fight broke out. Ethan tried to stop it, but a guard assumed he was involved and beat him, throwing him into solitary confinement. For 3 days, he lay in darkness, bruised and bleeding, whispering to himself, "I'm not a bad man. I'm not." Back home, Maria refused to give up. She gathered new evidence, surveillance footage from the factory parking lot showing Ethan entering and leaving on the day of the crime. She ran to the police department, her heart pounding with hope. But Officer Grant barely looked at it. "You can give that to the court," he said dismissively. "Our job is done." Her voice cracked with desperation. "Your job is justice. You took an innocent man from his children." Grant sneered. "Lady, everyone says they're innocent." Defeated but not broken, Maria went to a local news station. A young journalist, Ana Rivera, listened to her story. Something about Maria's trembling voice and the raw pain in her eyes made Anna believe her. She started digging. What she found was horrifying. The real suspect, a known criminal named Dean Harris, had been caught 2 weeks earlier for another robbery. His build, his height, even his hoodie matched the same blurry footage used to accuse Ethan. The police had the real guy in custody but never bothered to cross-check their files. They just wanted the case closed. On his story, did police arrest the wrong man? Evidence suggests innocent father jailed went viral. The public was outraged. The city's mayor demanded an internal review. The investigation revealed that Officer Grant had a history of mishandling cases and falsifying reports. Inside the prison, Ethan knew nothing of this. He had stopped counting the days. When a guard finally told him his lawyer was waiting, he barely reacted. He walked into the visiting room to see Maria, tears streaming down her face. "Ethan," she sobbed, "they found the real man. You're coming home." For a moment, he couldn't speak. Then, The weight of months of suffering came crashing down, and he broke down, crying like a child. The next week, he walked out of the prison gates, a free man. His children ran into his arms, refusing to let go. The cameras flashed, reporters shouted questions, but Ethan just looked at the sky free, yet forever changed. The state apologized, but the damage was done. His job was gone, his health was shattered, and his family was traumatized. A court hearing was held to investigate the police misconduct. When asked why he ignored clear evidence of Ethan's innocence, Officer Grant said coldly, "We had to act fast for public safety." Ethan stood up, his voice calm but heavy. "You didn't act fast for safety. You acted fast for headlines. You destroyed my family. You punished me before justice could even begin." Grant was suspended, and the department promised reform. But for Ethan, promises meant little. The Johnson family moved to a new town to escape the whispers and stares. One day, a letter arrived from Anna, the journalist. It simply said, "Truth matters, even when the world tries to silence it." That small note sparked something in Ethan. He started volunteering at a legal aid center, helping others who were wrongfully accused. He saw his own pain reflected in their stories. The same cruel machinery that crushed the innocent. Years passed. The scars remained, but the Johnson family found their peace. Ethan began speaking at schools, sharing his story, teaching young people the truth must never be silenced by power. After one event, a young police cadet approached him. "Sir," he said softly, "I read about your case. I joined the force because I want to be the kind of officer who never lets that happen again." Ethan looked into the young man's sincere eyes and nodded. "Then you'll make a difference," he said. "Because justice isn't in the badge, it's in the heart that wears it." That night, walking home with Maria, Ethan stopped and looked at a police station. For a moment, his chest tightened with the memory of the pain, but then he took a deep breath and whispered, "Punishment before justice ever again." He walked away, hand in hand with the woman who never gave up on him, toward a future that was finally theirs. His story became a powerful reminder that true justice begins only when every person is treated as human, not as a suspect. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content that matters. Stay safe, and always seek the truth.